What's up, everybody? I'm Kansu, and this is the Crystal Corner. This might be a long one, so forgive me if I got snacks. You know what? Oop, shit. That's what you got dogs for. I'll be right back. I gotta get me some fruit snacks. Give me a second. Right. Them Scooby-Doos. Got those Scooby-Doos. The fruit snacks, that is. Today's video is going to be about a few books I have here that helped me along my journey, but more so specifically a ritual that I found in this one here. Okay? So today's video is going to be called How to Bond with Your Cards and Why. You need to. I'm also going to give you a couple other things here. You guys don't know I'm Haitian. So, voodoo is very cultural. Okay? Although the rest of my family does not have any parts. Somebody has to be that individual to pick up the reins and do the work for the family. And shit, it's me. You know, if it wasn't me, wouldn't nobody do it. And if they did do it, it'd probably be fucked up anyway. So, for those of you that are the black sheep in the family, that feel like you're the only ones doing this work, you know what I mean? Give me some water while I bake myself. For those of you that are the black sheep, you've been given a great responsibility. Great power comes great responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility. Shouts out to Spiderman, one of my favorite superheroes. Spiderman is actually a Nazi. African god, the storyteller, the weaver of the universe. You want to tap into how the universe is woven together, fuck with Spider-Man. Fuck with Spider-Man and look up who a Nazi is. Here it is, a Nazi. Anansi. The King of Stories. This is a book you're going to need. Definitely helped me on my journey here. Encyclopedia of the Spirits, okay? This comes, Brother Panic and Bobby Hemmett recommended. I've had this book for years and I live in it. As you see, I got all kinds of tabs and notes and stuff in here because, like I said, I live in this. So, his origin is from the Ashanti. It's also known as Nancy, Bro Nancy, Brother Nancy, or Mr. Nancy. Okay? What I like about this book is it gives you the day of the week. This energy is best to be tapped into. It gives you like the element that they're ruled by. This one happens to be ruled by water. And it gives a little pic right here called Favorite People. It says storytellers and those who live by their wits. So if you're on this path, you gotta have quick wit about you. You have to have your mind about you. This is a magical community, yes, but this is work. All of this is work. These books, you got to dig into them so you know what you're doing. Okay? It says, his manifestation is as a man, a spider, or anywhere in between. He can be any kind of spider he chooses, tiny or supernaturally large. He is the master of illusion and deception. Crucially, Anansi is the owner of stories. So this is who you go talk to when you're trying to learn spiritual work. When you're trying to learn about different deities, because they each have a story. They each have a backstory, okay? And I said all of that to say, each of the cards in the tarot or oracle deck has a backstory, okay? And there's a way to tap in. This is the tarot deck that I prefer, okay? It's the same as other tarot decks. It just helps you tap into the Loa a little bit more readily. And if you need to learn about the Loa, not only does it explain each card and give symbology of who they are, it's actually funny, I just flipped to Elegua, who is Papa Legba, basically, opener of the way. You see standing behind the door, it's the opener of the way when you get that. Each one of these elements, each one of these card sets in this book have different elements. So of course you have your major arcana, okay, you have your minor arcana, you have these cards ruled by different elements rather than, you know, your sword, your cups, your pentacles, and your wands, okay? So wands here would be Rada, okay? Swords here would be Petro, which is fire. Pentacles would be, give me a second, I'm having a fucking brain fart, man. Congo is water, okay? Which would be your chalices or your cups. Petro is fire. I'm stumbling over my words here. Rada is air, so that's your wands. And then you have Santeria, which is earth or your pentacles in the regular tarot, okay? In this book, I came across a ritual to bond to your cards, and I'm going to try to flip through it. It's been a while since I've actually been in this book because I use these cards often. I don't really refer to the book too much anymore. So just bear with me here. And here somewhere. It's called birthing your deck, okay? That's what the ritual's called. But I want to get in this book here and make sure that I give you the proper steps as they outline it in here, so to speak, okay? So, rituals used with the deck. The table of contents is very effective in every book. That is for sure. Sometimes it takes a while. Okay, but we found it. Birthing the deck. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to read this paragraph, so forgive me if it took a while. It says, under your care, the deck has the potential to become a living organism. It can incarnate a unique individual spirit that is the combination of your essence and that of the deck itself. Listen to what that says. That's basically telling you that the deck becomes an extension of you, okay? When you do this ritual, the cards will begin to communicate with you differently than they probably have ever before, okay? For me, the reason why I don't have to use my books too much anymore, and it took me a while, is because when I look at the card talks to me. I know which ones I'm more attracted to. I know which element dominates me more. And that's also predicated on what your sun sign is in your zodiac, but also your power set. I'm a healer, okay? I specialize in crystal healing, sound healing, reiki, yoga, systems to realign the body. I also use herbs, candles, so forth and so on for the same purpose, okay? When you do this ritual, it's going to bind you to your cards. They become an extension of you. Also, why it's very important for you, unless you're reading someone else, to not allow anyone to play with or touch your cards. Especially after you do this ritual. Because you don't want anyone else's energy on your cards. It can taint the reading. Taint the cards to taint you. It's kind of like a Jedi with a lightsaber. It's like a Power Ranger with a Morpher coin. Don't let anybody mess with your power. Okay? This rite is meant to assist this spirit to come into being. Or you're taking a little piece of your spirit and binding it with your cards to help those cards come alive as well, to give them a little bit of essence with spirit. Similar rituals are done to animate your statues that are in your house, or any icon for that matter. It could be a t-shirt. I have t-shirts with the Orishas and Hindu deities. I'm going to be releasing some shirts here soon with energies from the left-hand path, which would be considered the dark path, as well. But we can still tap into those energies. This is what you're trying to do here, okay? So what are we going to need to help this energy come into being? It says here, take some of your hair and nail clippings and place them on the deck. Wrap the deck in these items in a white cloth. It's very important. White cloth is very important because we often don't pay attention to the types of energy colors give off. We know the chakras are encoded with the colors of the rainbow, right? I'm sorry, man. This popcorn here, it's regular microwave popcorn, but you get the chili limon, man. Nothing better. Nothing better. Oh, that shit's good. Okay. White cloth reflects all colors, right? Red's going to be a color of passion. And in love, most of the time it's rage, though. It's ruled by Mars. You don't want a Martian energy on your cards. Damn, curtain went down the wrong side. Do it ugly. Okay. Yellow is a solar energy. So that's going to radiate more of your ego, more of your unconscious. I don't want to call it unconscious, but more of your ego, more of your mask, more of the facade you put on, more of your persona, that light that you give off to the world. You don't want that. Green might be okay. It's a heart chakra energy, but that's going to give you an emotional link to your cards. Blue, like this, throat chakra, communication. This blue, third eye. And purple, crown. Black absorbs. So you wouldn't want to wrap it in a black cloth because it's going to absorb energy. It's going to take in the energy of the environment and saturate that deck. So this is why we wrap it in a white cloth, okay? So, wrap the deck and these items in a white cloth and leave the package in a dark place for 9 days. This is important. 9 days is a complete cycle. The number 9 represents the endings of cycles and the beginning of new. It's the end of things. It's the last number. 1 is the beginning, 2 is the duality, 3 is the building foundation for the pyramid, you know, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Father, Son, Mother, whatever you want to call it, that Holy Trinity. Mother, Maiden, Crone, you know, the triple goddess, that energy there. 4th, that deals with creating realities, starts to create boxes, you know, 4 sides to a box, think of the room you're sitting in. Your reality is lived in boxes. 5 deals with change. 6 deals with bringing balance to that change. 7 deals with manifestation. 8 deals with completions of cycles and balance, from one extreme to the other, the ebb and flow. And 9 is the end of cycles, beginning of new. 0 is a cipher. It's the birthing place of all other numbers. Okay? So 9 days, because you want to complete a cycle. It takes 9 months to birth the baby, 9 days, 9 weeks, 9 hours. It's the same measurement. You got me? Okay. On the 9th day, bring the deck out into the light and perform a rite in which you name the deck. Name your deck. Most of my decks have names. Don't tell anyone the names of your decks. That helps establish a personal relationship with you and your deck. Remember what I spoke about before in a previous video about creating entities and how to do so inconspicuously. And same thing with your deck. Call it whatever you want. And don't let anybody know what the name of that deck is. Don't give your power away. Don't let anybody know the name of the deities you work with. The ones that you create, unless you want to. I don't. Says, write the name you give the deck on a piece of paper and celebrate the birth and naming of the deck by offering money to the poor, buy food by preparing a meal for yourself in the deck, offer the deck small portions of the food and liquids used in the meal by placing them before the deck. Yeah. So it's saying basically the same thing you do when you bring a new ancestor to an altar, you throw them a party. Get some food, get some liquor. It's your birthday. Turn up, baby deck. Now every year, if you so choose, throw that deck a birthday. I personally don't celebrate my birthday, and I don't participate in the birthday ritual. Like people singing happy birthday to you, how old are you? And then you tell them how old you are. That's how you get locked into age. How you get locked in time. And it's how you start to age and start to feel old. So I don't allow anyone to sing me the birthday song. Ever. And I've been like that since I was a teenager. Like, never sat right with me. Further along I got on my journey, the less likely I am to let you sing the birthday song to me. I'm just not here for it. So, if you want to, you can go donate money support like it says. Not necessary. It's up to you. I oftentimes just put money on the altar for my ancestors. But the key in this part here is where it says, throw a party and cook some food. And what you're going to do, it says offer money. I gave my deck money. What kind of money? Ancestor money. Got the biggest denomination I could find in a bill about this big. And I made my personal favorite meal. It's my deck, so it's gonna like what I like. I'm not gonna tell you what it was, but it involved all of the fixings. You know, you get some red wine, have a cup of water, and what you do is on that ancestor money, that Joss paper, whatever you want to call it, take your pinky and dip it in the mashed. Let's say you got mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, fried chicken, collard greens. I don't know. Take your pinky, take a little piece, put it on the bill. Take a little gravy, put it on there. Take a little bit of them collard greens, put it on there. Take a little bit of them black-eyed peas, put that on there. Okay? Just a little bit. Then dip your finger in the wine, put a little wine on there. If you drink Jack Daniels, put a little Jack on there, put your little bit of water on there. Now, you fed the deck, okay? Once you do that, remember at the beginning it said we need the fingernail clippings and hair? You take that and you put it on the bill, roll it up, put it in a jar. Keep it, okay? Keep it. Next part says, gather together the hair, nail clippings, paper on which the name was written, and the residue of the food and liquids are fed to the deck. Sprinkle the food with the liquids, give the majority of the food and liquids back to earth, and keep a small portion of the damp food. Place these items in a clay jar with a lid and keep the jar in a safe place. If the cards are lost or destroyed, the contents of this jar can be used to reconstruct the spirit of the deck through redoing of the initial rite using the materials within the jar. If you decide to stop using the deck and take the jar and the deck into the woods, break the jar at the foot of a tree and hang the deck lightly wrapped in a black cloth from one of the branches. So, I know it mentioned a clay jar. Fuck that clay jar. You don't need a clay jar. Use whatever you got. That's what Hoodoo's about. Use what you got in the damn house. If you've got an old pill bottle, put it in there. If you got an old glass honey jar or an old mason jar, put it in there. If you like me and you drink Hennessy and you got a little pint left, put it in there because that's what my shit's in. Use what you got. I'm sure the spirits like spirit anyway. That's what cognac is. It's a spirit. All right? Remember we talked about colors of the cloth as well. Being white, when you're using it, reflect energy, you get rid of it. It's said to hang it up by a tree in a black cloth, signifying the death of the cards. Maybe somebody else might find it. So that's part one. Okay? What they don't tell you in the book is that the essence that you use for that one deck, you can use for multiple decks. It tells you if you lost your cards or you needed to rebirth them, you do the same process. So, you can take all of your cards at the same time. Take that jar, stick it in there for 9 days. Name each deck, boom, bam, bam. There you go. No, that's this book. That's this tarot deck. New Orleans Voodoo Tarot. I love this one. Highly recommend it. I will leave a link below so that you can get this one. To help you further understand some of the loa in here and how to work with them better, because there's rituals for each one of those in here too. All of them won't be listed in here, but some are. And it gives you kind of idea of how to work with them. This is a great beginner handbook if you're looking to start working with the loa and want to know how to set up their altars and what type of stuff they like, the do's and don'ts. Always use your discernment, but this is a good one too. If you need further help trying to figure out who these deities are, what to do, who they might be in another culture, because the whole goal out of this spiritual thing is to take the pieces of the puzzle and put them together. Ain't nothing new under the sun. None of these guys, or energies as I like to call them, are specific to one place. If they go to a different place, they have to get renamed. That's all it is. So in this book, I'm going to help you follow the trail of breadcrumbs, so to speak, to figure out who's who in the zoo. The more names you know and energy under, the more likely you are to be able to tap into it. Everybody likes to tap into love and prosperity and beauty and luxury and stuff like that to make their human life more pleasant. And that energy is Het Heru in Egypt. That's Lakshmi in Hindu. That's Oshun in Ifa. And the Loa, that's Erzuli Frida. There's so many. Kuan Yin's another one. It's the same type of energy, but if you know what they look like, you'll be able to tap into them a little bit more readily and invoke those energies within yourself. And this is another one here that I really recommend. This is called the Grimoire of the Green Witch. Green Witches pretty much work by themselves. We like to do our own research. We don't necessarily work in groups, but if we do, they're very small. And what a grimoire is basically a book that has all kinds of spells and rituals and just short bursts of information that help you along with your spell and your ritual work. So, in the back of this book, I mean, it goes over. You know what? I'm gonna read the table of contents to you, so you guys get an idea. Okay. So, circle casting, rituals, recitations, meditations, correspondences, basic spells, teas, oils, baths, divination styles as far as how to be able to do tarot with playing cards, regular tarot cards, runes, throwing sticks, bones. Like, there's all kinds of stuff in here. Okay, if you need a tea or a crystal or basic stuff, you know, what is this herb? Like, what do I need to do? What song do I need? What kind of stuff goes on the altar for this? This just gives you an idea. Do not use in any of these books as an end-all be-all reference material. You are to take the information out of this for reference and make your own out of it. But this gives you a guideline of things to look for, things that you might need. Like, here's one. This is really good. A quick spell chart. Okay? And on here, it gives you the day of the week, the moon phase, the planet that you should be working with, the incense, the stone, all kinds of stuff, okay? So this one is one that's helped me along my journey as well thus far. Like I said, the best way to be able to not necessarily learn how to read tarot or oracle, but how to tap into your cards so that they can teach you how to read on their own terms, is to do the ritual I just read about. And that, once again, came from the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot. You can do it for any deck, oracle or tarot. It's up to you. Take your time, play with it, make it your own. But that's how you do it. You guys got any questions, comments, or concerns? Please make sure that you leave them below in the comments. If you haven't already, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and notification bell so that you get notified every time I post a video on here. And I'm gonna get y'all at a later date, man. I'm about to go do some more readings. If you guys want one, I will leave the link in the description below to get a reading from me. New merch up on Crystal Corner website. I just posted a couple more shirts and everything's on sale currently. So catch that before the end of the year because you never know when the price gonna go up. Peace.